Hi everybody and welcome back to my studio. My name is Elke and today I went into my garden and I picked mint. I have a lot of mint and I can only give you the tip that you plant it in a box. I have it in a little bit of a boxed frame because mint takes over. There's places when it's fine because it's also a very nice ground cover. And if you don't want that, then you just have to retain it in a box, in containers or something like that. But I love mint for many reasons. Pineapple mint is what I have here. This is perfect for my, for floristic reasons. I can use it for ornamental reasons. It is a beautiful variegated leaf, beautiful fragrance. Oh, love it. Chocolate mint is the other kind that I have. And I have the lemon or citrus mint. So these are the three kinds I have. And what I do, I went to the garden and I thought maybe I should just tell you what I do because it's sometimes hard to know exactly when to cut and what to do with whatever. So the rule of thumb with tea is, or with mint tea, with mint plants, is to cut them when they are young and fresh because in the leaves there's just the most fragrance when they're young. I do that about 2 to 3 times a season. So I take them just about before they're flowering, about an inch from the ground, cut them off, and then just put them all in either in a container here or in a tray. And then I take them home and I bundle them up. Sometimes it depends on the weather. I do it right there in my yard or in my garden. But this time I just put them all in there. I got a little bit warm. So I usually plant or cut them either early morning or in the late afternoon, evening when the sun is down. Because if you cut that and it's really hot, it just gets lush and it's not a good idea. So what is one of the really good idea for the mint is you can use it for tea. You dry it and make it for tea. You use it fresh for tea. I use sometimes a mint leaf, any one of those ones, depends on the fragrance that I want or the flavor. And I just cut it very, very small, like julienne style, and mix it up into my salad. And so you get that little bit of a burst of freshness, of peppermint, or in this case then lemon or citrus mint, and here pineapple or apple mint. But when you dry it, you can also use it as a bundle. And I realized that a few years ago, I always tied them up with a string and then hung them up. But then as they dry, they shrink and then it just fell off and then, it all fell apart. So the best trick is you take just elastics. So I use an elastic and I just go a few times around and make these bundles like this, make bundles. Before you do that, go through this and just see. I mean, this one is like picture perfect. There's no brown leaves or anything in. You need to make sure that whatever is not a good leaf, take that off before you bundle it up. Because when it's dry, you just want to crumple it up into a container, into a glass, a dark glass, because you want to use it as tea and you don't want any, rotten leaves or anything in there. So just kind of go through it. I just take usually every leaf and put it in there and then take a little bit of an elastic, tie it up, make these bundles. Same thing here. See here, this is a lot. There's a lot of dark brown stuff. So this one I might just even clean up and go through it and just take the nice pieces. If you put them in a vase, I have sometimes a glass in my kitchen where I have the mint standing in a water glass because I'm using it constantly while I'm cooking. So then just take all the leaves off the bottom so there's nothing in your water because that gets really bad and ugly. And then you just constantly use it. I love having my herbs and my spices and whatever I have in almost like the decoration in the kitchen because then you can, they look good. They give you fragrance in your kitchen and they are, you can use them. So in this case, I would either, now that goes into the vase, this one here, into a little water glass or again, the elastic. And the cool part on the elastic is when it now dries, it keeps adjusting and it kind of keeps the grip. And then I have little wire I usually use my florist wire, and you get them in craft stores. They are just these stick wires. They come in different thicknesses. I have 18 inches, 18 gauge and 22, 28. So the higher the number, the thinner it gets. So if I do a wedding bouquet and do very delicate things, I use a very thin wire, which is the 28 here, or 30 even. And then the 18 or 16 is really thick. I usually use that one for candles on Christmas. We will talk about that in a Christmas time when I do the sticks for the candle. This one here, 18, maybe, what is this, 20 gauge is good too. So, and I just make a hook. I stick it through, actually this way, and then bend it over, and then it's a hook like this. And then you bend it over here again, and then you can put it on a string somewhere where you can dry it. It is much better dark and dry, and on air. Look, air circulation is good. So don't dry them in the sun, because they get too dry too fast, and all the flavors and fragrance and everything goes out. So the best is really in a space where they're just a little bit protected, and dark is also good, so it's not in the sun. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today, and I thought I'm going to share my way of doing these things, because it might help you too. Mint is fabulous. I always have a little branch in my water, a big jug of water, a lemon slice, and some of those leaves. Sometimes it's just a few leaves, or you should smell the fragrance in here. A branch, but just a long one or two of those cute little branches, and I use one that looks really nice, so it's just a nice branch, and I put it down and it looks good. So yeah, you can let some berries put in there, some blueberries, raspberries. Looks fabulous, tastes good, is healthy, and is fun. Okay, so hopefully this was a few little ideas that you didn't know, and if you did know and maybe want to pass them on, let people know about these videos, and push the subscribe button and the bell for your notification, and I will see you next time.